as I was discussing, how the charged particle will move, or how the charged particle will behave if the projected velocity is not perpendicular to the magnetic field, right? Chalo, koi baat nahi. So no problem, Atarf. It's okay. All right. So what will happen, guys? What we have to do if the velocity given to the charged particle, initial velocity or the velocity of projection, is not perpendicular to the velocity, what you have to do? You have to resolve the velocity into two components. Correct? You have to resolve the velocity into two components. One of them will be parallel to the magnetic field. Correct? We have already written this part yesterday. And other one will be perpendicular to the magnetic field. So if V is not perpendicular to magnetic field, what you have to do? Resolve that velocity vector into two component. One of the components should be parallel to the magnetic field. Other one should be perpendicular to the magnetic field. Tell me, guys, what this velocity will try to do? Because of this component, which kind of motion that charged particle will try to have? Yes, it will try to have a circular motion, correct? Because when velocity is perpendicular to the magnetic field, the path of, or the nature of motion will be what? A uniform circular motion. So it will be what? Because of this circular motion. Tell me, what will be the type of motion, or how the charged particle will behave because of this component? Tell me, guys, because of this component, will there be any magnetic force? Very good, Vijeta. Keep it up. Bolo bachcha log. Will there be any magnetic force because of this parallel component? No. Illa. So because this V parallel is parallel to magnetic field, hence the angle between velocity and magnetic field is zero. So magnetic force because of this component will be zero. So no force in parallel direction, right? So can I say this velocity will try to remain the same? Because along this direction, if force is not available, what will happen? It will try to maintain the same velocity, try to maintain the same speed, correct? So it will try to have a linear motion. Correct hai? It will try to have a linear motion. Guys, do you have any doubt in this one? Now just imagine a condition where a particle wants to rotate in this circular motion like this. But now you try to pull it towards right. What will happen? Now this is a circle I'm talking about. Now you try to pull it towards right. What will happen? It will go like this, like this. Are you getting my point, guys? If you're having a circular motion, if a particle is moving in a circle, now try to apply a force along the axis of there, or along the force. If this is that circle I'm talking about. So this is the axis. Now try to apply a force in this direction. So what will happen? This particle will try to move in this direction now. Maintaining a circle, but it has to move in rightward also. So it will have a, yeah, exactly like a spring. Very good, Chetan. Yes, Pritesh. Okay. So the combination of these two motion is what? Combination of these two motion will lead to a helical path. ठीक है? So दोनों के कारण क्या हो जाएगा बच्चा लोग? Helical path में follow करेगा. All right? How V parallel remain the same? There is no any force, Ganesh. I think yesterday you only asked me, sir, why? In parallel component, will there be any force? Will there be any force along magnetic field? Along the direction of magnetic field? Tell me. In which direction force will occur? Perpendicular to magnetic field, right? The force will occur perpendicular to the magnetic field. Here, this velocity component is parallel to magnetic field. So there is no any component of force or acceleration which is along this component. So no force, no acceleration, so no change of velocity. All right? बहुत बढ़िया. So how this path will occur? कैसा होगा? So yeah. So charged particle will move with constant speed. क्या करेगा बच्चा लोग? With constant speed. यहां भी क्या है? With constant speed. There is no any net force that is acting along the direction of velocity, right? Constant speed along the axis of helix. ठीक है? So along the axis of helix, what will be the speed? It will be constant because this component will not change. So along the axis of helix, the velocity component is not going to change. All right, guys? बहुत बढ़िया. Now let me teach you, or I'll show you that animation also. Now consider, this is one of the axis. ये एक axis है. This is the other one, and this is the third one. All right. Now velocity is somewhere here. क्या है बच्चा लोग? This is a plane, and the velocity is making some angle theta with this plane. All right. So consider, this is, let's say, z-axis. This is z-axis, and this one is x-axis, and this is, let's say, y-axis. I have assumed these three axes. All right. The angle, let's say this angle is what? Some theta with this xy plane. The angle made by this velocity is what? Theta with some xy plane. So this is not in this plane. Plane is this one. ये हमारा plane है xy plane. So this velocity is what? A little bit ऊपर. So if this is the xy plane, the velocity is something like this. ठीक है? Velocity is something like this. If this is the xy plane, the velocity is something like this. All right. If this velocity is in like this, then it is lying in this xy plane. But if velocity is something like this, then this is not lying in xy plane. All right. So this velocity is now having a component along z-axis. Let's say this is the direction of B here. This is the direction of B here. All right. If this is the direction of B, and let's say this is the direction of V here, tell me how we should resolve the velocity vector here. So first, along the magnetic field. So along the magnetic field means this direction. This is one of the component. थोड़ा छोटा होगा. Let me zoom it. Now see it full screen. All right. So break this into two component. One along the magnetic field, other one perpendicular to magnetic field, like this. All right. It's not parallel to y-axis. It should be like this. ठीक है? Yeah, somewhat like this. Yes, चलेगा. ठीक है? So these are the two components I'm talking about. So this one is V parallel, and this is what? V perpendicular. So now tell me, in which direction, where the center of the helix should lie, or where the axis should lie? कैसे निकालेंगे? So how the circular motion will be there? Now if I ask you to consider only V perpendicular, tell me where the center of that circle will lie. किधर lie करेगा? To the left of it or to the right of it? कैसे करेंगे बच्चा लोग? Find out in which direction force is acting. Find out in which direction force is acting. So because of this, what is the direction of force? So V cross B. तो direct your right hand fingers along the direction V. तो ये हो गया fingers का direction. In such a way that palm should be facing towards magnetic field. So palm should be up. Palm should be up. तो क्या हुआ? किधर thumb आया? So thumb will be in this direction. So somewhere to the left of this, at any point, you can have center here, you can have center here, you can have center here, anywhere on this line to the left of it. Why? It depends now. क्या होगा बच्चा लोग? It depends now what is the velocity. Depending on the magnitude of velocity, depending on the charge, depending on the magnitude of magnetic field, it depends where the center will lie. But this is for sure that to the left of this V perpendicular, the center will be there. So let me assume center is here only. For some value, let's say center is at the origin. मैंने assume किया. So how this charged particle would have moved if only V perpendicular velocity would have been given? Then this charged particle would have moved in this circular. In this plane, in which plane? XY plane. How it have moved? It should have moved in this circular path. ठीक है? So in this plane, it have moved in this circular path. Now, because of V perpendicular, because of this V parallel, what will happen? So it wants to move in this part, in this circular motion. But because of this V parallel, it will be what? It will be thoda sa dragged upar, and it will form a helix like this. And it will move in upward direction like this, having this Z axis as the axis of helix. All right, guys, did you understand this part? How many of you have understood this? Click yes if you have understood this. So motion along Z axis is because of V parallel or parallel component. Motion along Y and X is because of V perpendicular component. Correct hai na? So motion along X and Y is because of V perpendicular. Because of V perpendicular, circular motion is possible. So here X and Y components of velocity or motion is because of V. Z component of motion is because of V parallel. So I'm going to show you the similar kind of thing in 3D. Okay? So yesterday I have shared you the website for physics simulations. If you have already referred it, it's good. Otherwise, let me show it to you. Dekho. So this was the website I'm talking about, and I told you it is quite useful for some of the topics, not for all of them. Dekho bachalo. So let me decrease the mass a little bit. Thoda chota karta hu. Let me show the magnetic field. What is the direction of magnetic field, guys? Can you see here? If I disable this magnetic field direction, then no magnetic field. Now if I activate it, it is upward direction. All right. So it is in upward direction. So I'm like not showing that magnetic field direction. So you have to remember it. Kaun sa? Upward. That is Z direction. So kya bola tha maine? This upward direction is what? Z direction. If you can recall. All right. Now let me show the velocity vector. And yeah, let me. So yeah, this is like this. For 3D, I'm showing it to you in this way. Now, if I decrease this Vz to 0, what is Z value, bacha? What is Z axis? This upward direction with blue line. The blue line is what? Z direction. If you can see the value of Vz here, that is 0 here. Dikh raha hai aapko? I'm sliding it. It's 0 here. Now, if I increase this Vz value, see how the velocity vector will change. Let me show it to you. Okay, let me rotate it. See, this is the XY plane. This is the XY plane. If you see that plane from front, it will look like what? A line. It will look like a line. So this is the XY plane I'm talking about, the shaded portion. This is the XY plane. All right. Dikh raha hai? This is the XY plane. Now, let me show it to you how this value will change. Yeah, this is the XY plane. In that XY plane, velocity is what? Coming towards you. Now, if I increase the Z value, oh, all right, don't move. खुद से मत करो, भूत आया क्या? All right, where is that velocity? Okay. Wait. Hang हो गया क्या? Stop. It's not working. Let me refresh it. All right, let me refresh it. 1 minute रुक जाओ बच्चा. Let me refresh it. Yeah. So velocity vector is this one. So this is the XY plane I'm talking about. All right. Now, if I increase this, Chandramukhi aa gayi. If I increase the VZ value, see how the velocity vector is coming up. Are you getting this, guys? Dekha hai kya sabko? If I decrease this velocity vector Vz, how this is going on? Now, if Vz is 0, what is going on? Now the velocity is what? Exactly on the x-axis or in xy plane. That has gone to exactly xy plane. Now, what we have to do? We have to consider a velocity which is not perpendicular to B. That means magnetic field. So this Vz value should be something. They should be non-zero. So let me take this as 0.6 or 0.6. What is going on? Yeah. Let me move it. All right. Now decrease this mass a little bit. Now let me show it to you how this helical motion will occur. So I'm playing it. Let me now disable this, showing the velocity vector. Guys, did you understand this part? Can you feel it? See, this was the circular motion, but because of the parallel component of velocity, it is going along the b axis, right, or along the parallel component, and it is forming a helix. If you change the value of mass, see, the radius is decreasing. If you decrease the mass, radius is decreasing. If you increase the mass, radius is increasing. All right. Now, if you decrease the charge, radius is increasing. If you increase the charge, radius is decreasing in the same way. Now, what will happen if I decrease the value of Vz to 0? See, the pitch is decreasing. If I decrease the value to 0, you are going to get a circle. If I decrease the value of Vz to 0, that means no parallel component. So the velocity is perpendicular to magnetic field. So what will happen? A circular motion will occur in xy plane. Okay? If I increase it, if you increase the perpendicular component, what will happen? If you increase this Vz value, parallel component, the pitch of this helix will increase. Can you feel do you know the meaning of pitch, guys? Do you know the meaning of pitch? What is meaning of pitch? The linear distance covered by the particle in one complete rotation. The linear motion covered by the axial distance covered by the particle during one complete rotation is called as pitch. Okay? If you increase the value of Vz, what will happen? This pitch will increase, as you can see. If I increase the value of Vx, dekho, did pitch increase or decrease? Pitch is remaining same. Pitch is remaining same. Pitch remains same. The distance between two thread. If I change the value of Vx, only the radius will change. Pitch will remain exactly the same. All right. What will happen if you decrease the value of magnetic field? If you decrease the value of magnetic field, what will happen? Radius will increase. See? Increase the value of magnetic field, radius will decrease. So these things we will study, and this is how the particle will, let me show it to you one more time. So play. So this is how the particle will move. Okay? So चलते हैं हम लोग theoretical part पे, experience by getting it slow. All right. So थोड़ा time ले रहा है. Chalo. So I was talking about this. Now let us talk about what will be the radius of helix. Bolo bachalo, what will be the radius of helix? Because of which component the circular motion will be there? Because of the perpendicular component. Okay? So what was the formula we have studied for that circular motion when velocity is perpendicular to b? We have studied mv divided by qb, right? Here we need to write mv perpendicular component divided by qb. Because of perpendicular component, this circular parts will be there. So we have to take only that perpendicular component. And what is that perpendicular component? So mv sine theta divided by qb. What is theta, bachalo? Theta is the angle between velocity and magnetic field. All right. So please remember this. Now, if I ask you what is the pitch? So pitch क्या होता है? The axial distance. So distance along the axis. The axial distance covered by the particle during one complete rotation. Tell me, guys, which component of velocity is responsible for axial motion or motion along the axis or motion along the b axis? The parallel component, all right? Parallel component. And parallel component, does the value of parallel component change? No, right? Because no force. So can I say that distance can be written as v parallel into time period t? V parallel into time period t. Tell me, guys, what was the time period in last condition when velocity was perpendicular to magnetic field. What was the value of time period? Bolo bachcha log jaldi se. What was the value of time period when velocity was perpendicular to B? It was 2 pi m by qb. Do you remember that? It was 2 pi m by qb. Now in that time period relation, 2 pi m by qb, does it depend on velocity, guys? Tell me, does it depend on velocity? No, it does not depend on velocity. So can I say that? Simple. If you have this mass m, q and b, the time period, and if there is a circular motion, then time period will be independent of velocity, and that time period will be written as, so I can write it here, 2 pi m v cos theta divided by qb. So this is the value of pitch here. ठीक है बच्चा लोग? All right guys, got it? चलो ओमेगा का वैल्यू निकाल बच्चा थोड़ा एक बार. R में देखो V आएगा. Omega depends on the velocity of what? The charged particle in circular motion, right? But which वो velocity आप देखो, जब ओमेगा निकालते हो तो क्या मिलता है आपको? Omega is what? V by R, और R में velocity से dependent है. तो in this case, angular frequency also does not depend on velocity. Pritish is asking, sir, omega depends on V. Write it down. R is what? mv divided by qb. देखो V और V cancel हो गया. So actually in this case, omega does not depend on the velocity. In this case, not in circular motion. In this case, when the charged particle has been given a velocity perpendicular to or not perpendicular to the magnetic field. So in this case, this pitch or the time period, pitch will be dependent on V. Time period or omega will be independent of velocity. ठीक है? Small p बच्चा. अतर्व small p. Small p, no problem. ठीक है? So I can say here, time period, let me write a note here, time period and frequency do not depend on velocity of the particle. All right? Achha. One more point we need to add here. Along which direction or what will be the direction along which the axis of that helix will lie? So kaisa hoga bachcha log? So axis of helix will be parallel to magnetic field. ठीक है? तो इस चीज को प्लीज याद रखना, parallel to magnetic field. So axis of helix will be parallel to magnetic field. So these are the few points that you need to understand for board's perspective. Boards के लिए इससे ज्यादा आपको कुछ ध्यान रखने की जरूरत नहीं है. So for board's perspective, this point is very important. Because based on this, there is a device, there is a machine called as cyclotron has been designed. ठीक है? उसमें इसका use आता है. So this property is very, very important, that time period and frequency or the angular frequency do not depend on the velocity of particle. तो इस इसको please ध्यान में रखिएगा. All right. And what will be the direction of axis of helix? It will be along the magnetic field. We have already seen this. So this was the direction of magnetic field and the axis was, and the particle had moved along this direction in this kind of helix. So axis is along the direction of magnetic field. So this is what you have to study in boards, not more than this. This is already thoda sa zyada, but yeah, these formulas you should remember. That is why I have given you this formula, the pitch, and this radius one. Sometimes they'll ask you what will be the time period simply. Okay? What is the time period? So these things you can aram se answer using the formula. All right, guys, this is it for motion of charged particle in uniform magnetic field when the velocity of the particle is not perpendicular to V. Okay? I don't know, Rohit. Seriously, I don't know. Because ideally this is not possible. ठीक है? Because magnetic field इसमें force of gravity भी तो लगेगा बच्चा. बहुत सारी चीजें हैं रोहित, practically नहीं कहीं use होता है. Now we'll talk about motion in combined electric field and magnetic field. ठीक है? We'll study from which axis theta is mentioned, sir. Which theta? बच्चा please think about this. What you're asking. Theta क्या है? Angle between V and B. So from which axis का meaning क्या है? What is the meaning of that question? From which axis theta is mentioned? What do you mean by that? First of all, you tell me what do you mean by this line first. From which axis theta is mentioned? I have told you theta is the angle made or angle between velocity and V. then what does this mean, that from which axis theta is mentioned? All right. Motion is motion in combined electric field and magnetic field. So now we'll study what will happen to the motion of the charged particle if with this magnetic field there is an external electric field that has been provided. Then what will happen? So I'll write net force on the charged particle will be equal to force because of electric field plus force because of magnetic field. All right guys, क्या हो जाएगा? दोनों के कारण we have to assume the force. All right. You don't have to forget that, bacha. You don't have to forget that. So what is the value of Fe here? If charge is Q and electric field is E, tell me what is the value of Fe? I write Q into E. Correct? Acha. Plus, what is the value of Fm here? If velocity is V, magnetic field is B, and charge is Q. So can I write the Fm will be equal to Q V cross B. So this is the magnetic force. Correct? Hai? So net force is equal to Q into E plus V cross B. So following this force, okay, depending on in which direction force is acting, the motion of charged particle will be decided. It's not very simple. So you just have to study what will be the net force on the charged particle. Once you'll get to know what will be the net force on the charged particle, you have to decide how the motion of the charged particle will look like. So tell me guys, on what are the factors on which this net force will depend? Can I say first to electric field, magnitude as well as direction, then direction of velocity, direction of magnetic field. So on these three parameters, this net force will depend. So depending on how these are, what are the directions of E, V and B, the net force will act. If net force is perpendicular to V cross V or V, then in that case, I'll say circular motion. There might be a condition where net force is along a single line or along the direction of V, then there might be a straight line motion. So depending on what is the direction of net force you are getting, the motion of the charged particle will be decided. For all the cases, you don't have to study. You have to study few standard cases, and that is what I'm going to teach you. Before going to that point, what do we call this force, guys? Tell me. What is the name of this force? Resultant of electric force and magnetic force? Yeah, this is called as Lorentz force. Okay? It's called as Lorentz force. So resultant of electrostatic force and magnetic force is called as Lorentz force. And based on the direction and magnitude of this force, you can decide what will be the nature of motion of the charged particle. All right. So ye kaam ho gaya. So in this particular topic, we need to study two conditions. Okay? So one of the topic is called as, one of the device is called as velocity selector. Kya bolte hain usko bachcha? Velocity selector. Okay, let me cut it here. I think I might have, no problem. See, when I'll explain the theory of this part, you'll understand why did we name this as velocity selector. Okay? So first listen to me, and then you'll automatically get to know why did we call this topic as velocity selector. Imagine a condition where, so consider electric field is along, or electric field is E j cap. Okay? Magnetic field is B k cap, and velocity of the charged particle is V I cap. Tell me what will be the direction of Fe. Tell me what will be the direction of Fe. Bolo bachcha log. What will be the direction of Fe? If charge is Q, electric field is E, tell me what will be the direction of Fe? J cap, correct? So Q into E J cap. Now tell me what will be the velocity of magnetic force? What will be the direction of magnetic force? Come on guys, tell me the correct. No Pratish, bhang ka asar ho raha hai. No Shreya. Illa. Yes Ganesh, correct hai. Yes Pratish, now you are correct. Khushi, galat ho gaya bachcha. Pridarshini, wrong. So the direction of Fm will be what? Along negative y axis. Why? Because V cross B. So I cap cross K cap. What is that? Minus J cap. So you're going to have q v b into minus j cap. Sorry, yeah, minus j cap. Now imagine a condition if fe is equal to fm, or in fact I can write qe is equal to qvb. So can I say velocity v can be written as e divided by b. So if I give this speed or this velocity to the charged particle, consider there is a space where electric field is present in y-axis, magnetic field is present in z-axis, along z-axis, and there is a beam of charged particle, or there are so many charged particles, and you have to identify only those charged particles which will not deviate along its path or along its motion. You have to select those charged particles. Can I say this funda or this concept will be helpful? Because if fe is along along y-axis and fm is along minus y-axis, negative y-axis, and if I provide velocity is equal to e by b, these two magnitudes will remain equal, will be same. So net force on the charged particle will be 0. And if net force on the charged particle becomes 0, tell me guys how the charged particle will behave. Can I say the charged particle will maintain the same velocity as it has been given? No, Pratish. Rest pe rahega to magnetic force kaise lagega, Pratish? I know, like there must be so many of you who must be having a urge to say that sir velocity to 0 ho jayega, net force 0 hai to. No, net forces will be 0. That doesn't mean velocity will be 0. That means acceleration is 0. Correct hai na? So what will happen if charged particle has been given a velocity v here? It will move undeviated along the same line. Acceleration will be 0. All right. So acceleration will be 0. So now if you have to select some particles, some charged particles, which will move along the same line undeviated, you have to choose that kind of charged particle. Can I say this method will be helpful? समझ में आ रही बच्चा लोग? समझ में आ रहा है बच्चा लोग? Confused क्या है हिना इसमें? What is confusion है? F is equal to FM. I am just telling magnitude को equal कर दो. Just equate these two. FM is equal to FE को equate कर दो. ठीक है? So I'll say yeah. So if FE is equal to FM, QE will be equal to QVB, and this is the velocity, and velocity will be E by B. So I'll say, let me write this statement here. If charged particle, or if a charged particle is projected with velocity v is equal to E divided by B, it will move undeviated in this given condition. In this given condition. Now just consider a space. As I told you, the name of this is what? A velocity selector. So imagine a beam of charged particle moving in a space where electric field is, or E is some electric field, E कुछ भी हो सकता है उसका magnitude, so that E J cap and magnetic field is B K cap. So imagine a beam of charged particle moving in a space where electric field is along y-axis and magnetic field is along z-axis, and we need to select the charged particle having a specified velocity, then can I say that I will have to maintain such a condition where, let us say, you are having three charged particles. You're having three charged particles, Q1, Q2, and q3. ठीक है? So q1 is having this velocity e by v. Only q1 is having this velocity e by v. But on rest other q2 and q3, the velocity is in such a way that net force is not zero. If velocity is e by v, net force will be zero because fe will be fm. Both of them are in opposite direction. So net force will be what? Zero. So in this case, I'll say net force is zero. So only this q1 charge is having this kind of velocity. So this q1 will move undeviated. Undeviated. But what about others, q2 and q3? If q2 and q3 is having some velocity other than this e by v, so let us say q2 is having net force in this direction. So this might go in somewhere here, like it might go in this direction. If net force on QE is in this direction, it might go along this direction. So for these two charged particles, there are deflections, there are deviations going on in their path. So if I have to catch only this kind of charged particle with a specified velocity, what will I do? I'll maintain a kind of parallelopiped kind of thing. The one which will cross this part in a linear motion, I'll say this is my charged particle. Others will collide here and I'll like put some absorbers here. I'll put some absorbers here which can absorb these charged particles. So what will happen? They will just move here undeviated and these charged particles will be what? Wasted along the path. So at the end, I'm going to get only these charged particles. So I can select which one of them has to be useful here. So this Q1 will be selected based on its velocity. All right, guys, that is why we name this kind of arrangement as what? Velocity selector. Okay. So for velocity selector, to design a velocity selector, what you have to maintain, what you have to choose? You have to choose the velocity, choose the magnitude of E and B. Let us say you have to get a charged particle having 2 meters per second. So you have to maintain E and B in such a way that the ratio of E and B should be what? 2. So if you maintain ratio of E and B as 2, the charged particles which are having velocity 2 meters per second, they will be collected at the end, others will not come. ठीक है चलो. So this is the basic method or this is the basic concepts behind a velocity selector. Atharv and Hina, tell me which point you want me to repeat. बोलो चलो कौन सा point तुम्हें repeat कराना है. And please don't miss out this if part. Don't miss out this if part. If वाला part miss मत करना. मैंने बोला if this is going to happen. If Fe is equal to Fm, then second point, Hina, which second? This part. Hina, this part. I'm underlining this with a red color. Hina, please respond. Are you talking about this? Because this is the first point, this is the second point. This is what you have to understand in this one. If का meaning नहीं समझ में आया क्या? If means अगर Fe is equal to Fm, the magnitude of electrostatic force is equal to the magnitude of magnetic force, then net force will be 0. And if net force will be 0, the particle will go undeviated. So to get that condition, I have equated these parts. So if Fe is equal to Fm, QE, Fe का magnitude कितना है? What is the magnitude of Fe? QE. What is the magnitude of Fm? QVB. So I have equated these two. ठीक है? चेतना, प्लीज डोंट डू दैट. आपके सिलेबस में नहीं है. आई कांट टीच यू. एटलीस्ट इन बोर्ड्स तो आई कांट गो देयर. आपको सिलेबस में वो नहीं पढ़ना है चेतना. सो Fe का वैल्यू यहां रखा एंड Fm का वैल्यू यहां रखा. बच्चा, डोंट यू थिंक अबाउट दिस? लाइक डोंट यू नो अबाउट व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ Fe हियर? Fe का मतलब क्या? मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ Fe वेक्टर. Fm का वैल्यू क्या? मीनिंग क्या? द मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ Fm वेक्टर. एंड व्हाट आर द मैग्नीट्यूड्स? QE एंड QVB. सो आई हैव इक्वेटेड देम. I got a velocity v. So under this velocity, if charged particle is projected with velocity E by v, then it will move undeviated. यही part आपको समझना है. ठीक है? आप ऐसा arrangement करो कि only those particles which will be coming in a straight line will be collected. Rest all of them will be absorbed in the path. So you decide how you have to design that kind of arrangement. That is up to you. You can design on your own also. ठीक है? बहुत सारे methods हैं उसको कि भाई ये charged particles को मुझे absorb कर लेना है. All right? चलो. Now, yeah. So this was one of the method, one of the condition. Okay. See, I have considered or I have specified the directions of V, B, and E, special arrangement I have maintained. That electric field is along y-axis, magnetic field is along z-axis, and velocity is along x-axis. Then this is going to happen. This is one of the case. Okay. Now the second part that you need to study for your boards is cyclotron. ठीक है, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, आपसे पूछा जाता है बोर्ड्स में कि write in detail the construction or the working of a cyclotron. So what is cyclotron बच्चा लोग? तो cyclotron is a machine. ये क्या है? एक डिवाइस है और a machine which is used, देखो बहुत खूबसूरत सा मशीन है ये, which is used to increase the kinetic energy, to increase the kinetic energy of charged particles by large amount. तो बहुत लार्ज अमाउंट में अगर आपको किसी भी चार्ज पार्टिकल का वेलोसिटी बढ़ाना है, देन वी यूज अ साइक्लोट्रॉन. ये अभी बहुत सारे जगह पे है. इवन इन अलीगढ़ मुस्लिम यूनिवर्सिटी, इफ यू गो टू दिस एटॉमिक रिसर्च सेंटर, you'll find the cyclotron there. In so many colleges also the cyclotron has been put. ठीक है, देखो इसका वर्किंग कैसे है, ध्यान से देखना. You'll have two boxes, metallic boxes in the form of D. ठीक है, क्या है चलो, you'll get two metallic boxes in the form of D. ना PU कॉलेज में नहीं है. So this is that D form I'm talking about. ये वाला पार्ट है ना, एक D ये हुआ. This is one D. This is the second metallic box in the form of D. These are called as Ds. Since they are in the form of letter D, so we call them as Ds. ठीक है, so there will be two metallic boxes in the shape of letter D. ठीक है, डोंट से सर ये D का फॉर्म नहीं लग रहा है, उल्टा रिवर्टेड D तो लग रहा है ना. नाउ चार्ज पार्टिकल विल बी एट द सेंटर. अच्छा, tell me guys, what is this special property about, what is so special about a metal or a conductor if you place that conductor in electric field? What is so special about a conductor if you place that conductor in an electric field? बोलो बच्चा लोग. E will be 0, it will be charged, force is experienced. See, if you have a conductor, simple thing, inside a conductor electric field will be 0. Correct hai? So if you keep that conductor in an external electric field also, electric field inside the conductor will be 0. And using this property only, you can keep some sensitive electrical equipments inside a conductor. And that process or this kind of shielding is called as electrostatic shielding. Can I say, if I am having external electric field in this region, I'm having external electric field in this region. All right. And if charged particle is inside this metallic box, tell me, will there be any electrostatic interaction that will occur here? Or will there be any electrostatic force the charged particle will experience? No. Got it, guys? So this is the main advantage. This is the main function of using a metallic box here. That when the charged particle will be inside the metallic box, the charged particle will not experience any electric field or any electrostatic force. पहला point ध्यान में रखना. Once the charged particle will come out of the D, what we are going to do? We are going to maintain potential difference across these two Ds. So what I'll do? I'll connect a potential difference. I'll connect a battery. ठीक है, I'll connect a battery. कैसे करेंगे? Consider, imagine a case here that the charged particle has come here. This one. Let's say this is the charged particle, and let me talk about an electron or a positive charge मानता हूँ. Let's say a positive charge is there. बात करेंगे अमृतेश. Now when the charged particle is coming out of this box, ठीक है, and is coming out here, if you want to increase the energy of this charged particle, tell me, what should you do? In which direction you have to apply the electric field? As I told you that cyclotron will be used to increase the kinetic energy or increase the energy. Tell me in which direction I should be applying the electric field here. Can I say if charge particle is coming in this direction, electric field should be along the same direction? So Q दिखा मैंने, Q charge, positive charge मानो. So if Q is positive charge, then what will happen? I have to apply electric field in this direction. If I apply electric field in this direction, what will happen? This charge particle will be accelerated. This charge particle will be accelerated. So if velocity is u here, here some velocity v will be there, and that v will be greater than u. So can I say each time when the charge particle will come out of the box, it will be accelerated and its velocity will be increased. Now at the same time, or in the same way, consider if the charge particle has followed this path. I'll tell you how this will follow a path like this. Just wait a minute. Let me just complete this electrostatic part first. Now consider the charge particle is following this path and reached at this point. Reached at this point. Tell me again, if I have to increase the kinetic energy of this charge particle, in which direction now I have to apply the electric field? Towards left. Correct? So now I have to apply electric field towards left. Initially I had to apply electric field towards right. Correct है ना? समझ में आ रही बात? How is it possible? बोलो बच्चों लोगों, how this is possible? How will you maintain such kind of arrangement? Yes, you have to use an oscillator. क्या यूज करना पड़ेगा? You have to use a source of potential difference which will oscillate, which value will oscillate, which will change its orientation. Which will change its orientation. So can I say the frequency of EMF here, the frequency of oscillator here should be equal to the frequency of this charge particle along this circular motion? Can I say that? Or should I say half, or should I say double? बोलो बच्चा लोग. देखो, if the charge particle is here, now the charge particle has come here. No बच्चा, it should be the same. Frequency should be the same, because in one motion, in one, देखो अगर आपने oscillator यहाँ लिया ना, so it should be like this. First half cycle like this, second half cycle like this, and then one time period. Khalas. Got it, guys? So when the charge particle is here, I will give positive electric field till this time. In time period same rahega. When the charge particle will come here, so the electric field will be given something like this. So negative mein hoga. The frequency will be same, but the time period क्या होगा बच्चा लोग? Time period क्या होना चाहिए? Same ही होना चाहिए. Correct है? But can I say that when this charge particle will come here, the direction of electric field will be towards right, and when the charge particle will come here, the electric field will be towards left. To do this change, to do this kind of alteration with the electric field, we use an oscillator here. So if I ask you what is the function of oscillator here, what will be the answer here? To change the direction of electric field. To change the direction of electric field during the motion of charge particle, or when the charge particle will come out of the D's. Alright, बच्चा लोग समझ में आया what is the meaning of this oscillator? Why do we use the oscillator here? So let me write it here. This changes the direction of electric field when charged particle out of D's. ठीक है, तो ये प्लीज इसको याद रखना. वो पता लगेगा चेतन, when you will study this AC and all ना, you will understand that. You just remember this, the name oscillator. चेतन आपको तब समझ में आएगा when you study AC generator, when you study the AC power supply, you will understand those things. ठीक है, चलो बहुत बढ़िया. क्या हो रहा है बच्चा? गणेश, प्रीतीश, क्या नहीं समझ में आया? कौन सा पॉइंट पूछो? Which point you want me to explain? गणेश, you also बोलो क्या होना चाहिए? Guys, anybody else who is having any doubt how it increases? What increases बच्चा? क्या increase करने वाला? If electric field is in this direction, tell me what will be the direction of force on this charged particle? Hey? Right? So when the charged particle is experiencing a force in rightward direction, what will be the direction of acceleration? Rightward. So what will happen to the speed of the particle? It will increase in this direction. Similarly, if I apply an electric field in leftward direction here, so the acceleration is leftward, so the velocity of the charged particle will increase in this region. Well, that I can't teach you right now. That I can't teach you. Oscillator padhoge aap. In AC, you will understand this. When I'll teach you alternating current, before that, in EMI, I'll teach you AC generator. We'll understand how the direction of electric field is reversed. Kaise reverse hota hai. There I'll teach you how the electric field will increase like this, go to the maximum, comes to 0, goes to negative, and then again go to maximum, then come back to 0. E versus T. I'll teach you there how the electric field or the potential difference changes with respect to time t and how it oscillates in sinusoidal function or sinusoidal way. I'll teach you there. Don't worry. Yes, Vijay Kumar. Acceleration will not increase. It depends how you apply the electric field. I'll say velocity will increase during every time. Like every time it will come out of the D. See, if the charged particle has come here, accelerates, come back here. Now follows a circular path. Then again come out of D. Here velocity increased. Then follow a circular path, and then what will happen? Velocity increased. Follow a circular path, velocity increased. Follow a circular path, velocity increase. Follow a circular path, velocity increase, like this. So when the particle will come out of the D, what will happen? The velocity will be increased. ठीक है, बताता हूं अथर्व, अभी तो मैंने एक ही पॉइंट बताया है. Now tell me guys, why this spiral face or why this spiral path has been mentioned? What is the reason behind that? Tell me, chalo. Why the spiral path is mentioned? Why the particle will follow a spiral path? Why spiral? Why not circular? Why not the particle will go in circular motion, a single circular path? Why spiral? If you understand this, I will understand कि आपको इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड के कारण जो नो π/2 का कोई मीनिंग नहीं बच्चा. वेरी गुड विश्रुत ने आंसर किया है, and few of you have answered also. Come on guys, answer this. बहुत लोगों ने आंसर किया, but very few of you have got the correct answer. Rest all of you have got some random answer. बहुत ही गंदा जवाब. Anyway, thank you for participating. Chalo, so let me tell you the reason. I can see to maintain constant velocity, velocity changes, so R changes due to electric field to increase frequency. नहीं, कुछ नहीं. Simple सी बात है यार. Tell me what is the formula for radius of circle? R किस पे depend करता है? mv/qv, right? Now in this case, what is the direction of magnetic field, guys? It is given to you. Magnetic field out of the vapor. So magnetic field is out of the vapor. ठीक है? And let us say because of this magnetic field, and we have given some velocity to this particle. So this charged particle has started its circular motion here. Started its circular motion here. Let me zoom it. समझ में आएगा आपको. So this charged particle has started its circular motion here. Now when this charged particle will come here, this charged particle is, let's say, having velocity v1. What will be the velocity at this point? Some v2. Correct? Tell me v1 is greater than v2 or v2 is greater than v1? At this point, electric field will be in leftward direction. Correct? इस तरीके से maintain किया जाएगा. So v2 is greater than v1. If v2 is greater than v1, can I say when this particle will try to rotate in circular motion, the radius of circular motion will be what? More. Will be greater than this. So can I say that if the particle has started from here, the radius was chota. Now when the particle started from here, the radius of circular path that this particle is going to follow will be greater than this. So it has to follow a bada sa path. Now again at this point, velocity increases. So again at this point, the radius of this circular path must be greater than this one. So a bada sa circle path. Similarly, now velocity at this point and velocity at this point. So velocity at this point is greater than this. So radius of this circular path must be greater than this one. Now this one will be greater than this. Similarly, this path will be greater than this path. So radius of circular path will be greater than the radius of its previous circular path because of its increased velocity in the presence of electric field. Got it, बच्चा लोग? समझ में आ रही बात? So why this circle, why this spiral form is there? Why you are going to have a spiral path? Got it? बहुत बढ़िया. Why not only circular? Problem समझ में आया? Why is spiral path? Because every time the radius of the circular path will increase. Yes, Atharv, because of E. Now, some of you have asked, what is the meaning of this deflection plate? Imagine a condition. Now, this is what 2Ds that we have considered a box. Now, every time the velocity has been increased. So, this particular cyclotron will be able to give you some charged particle with some specified velocity or some specified kinetic energy. So, once the velocity will reach to certain value, so that the charged particle will have a radius like this, radius of circular path like this. So, when this charged particle will have a radius like this, it will try to move in this direction, and there is an exit port here. So following this path, what will happen? This charged particle will come out of this cyclotron, and now you are having a charged particle having very large kinetic energy as it was like as compared to the initial one. When the charged particle was present here, compared to the energy of the charged particle initially, this condition is what? Having a very large kinetic energy. Now, why this deflection plate is there? Now, you might have a condition where the charged particle is having a thoda sa bada radius. So what will happen? What will happen if this charged particle is having a bit like thoda sa larger radius? So that it should not go wasted, it will be deflected from this part and go to the exit part. ठीक है? वो possible नहीं है Atharv. That is not possible. ये इधर से आएगा तब तो perpendicular. वैसा कैसा possible है? So deflection plate will be maintained in this way. So that it will be maintained in this way, so that when the charged particle will come here, it will be deflected from here and then go to the exit port. And when this will go to the exit port, it will be collected here. So now you are having charged particle with increased kinetic energy. No बच्चा, यहाँ पे material नहीं है ना कुछ हमारा. Charged particle is moving in space. ये D में खाली जगह होता है. You're having D metallic boxes. ठीक है? Charged particle will move in that boxes like this and then come out of it. Guys, did you understand the working of cyclotron? No, Pratish, मैंने बोला ना, करंट कहाँ फ्लो कराओगे आप? करंट का फ्लो तो कह सकते हो सर, चार्ज तो फ्लो कर रहा है तो करंट तो फ्लो ही कर रहा है. If charge is moving, that means current is flowing. But can you use that? You can use the energy of that electron. Apart from that, nothing is useful. Guys, did you understand the working of cyclotron? समझ में आया सबको? So guys, I am giving you a homework today. You have to write the principle and working of cyclotron. Because if I want to write it, it will take minimum half an hour to write all the points here in the class. So I don't want to spend that time while writing. So I'm giving you a homework. Write principle and working of cyclotron. And please take this seriously and please try to write the principle and working of cyclotron अच्छे से in your notebook. Yes, everything I have mentioned, everything I have told you how this charged particle, see this charged particle will accelerate in the presence of electric field. Okay? So this charged particle will accelerate in the presence of electric field. Now when the charged particle will come in the metallic box, it will not experience any electric field. It will move under magnetic field. So a circular path will be followed. Once the charged particle will again coming out of the D, the oscillator will be used, An oscillator will maintain electric field in such a way that velocity of this charged particle will be increased. Okay, so here the velocity of charged particle will be increased. So with greater velocity, the charged particle will enter into the another D. Okay, the other D box or the other metallic box. So because of that increased velocity, the radius of the circular path will be increased. Then again it will come out of the box. Again its kinetic energy or velocity will be increased using an oscillator. Again it will enter the first D box or first metallic box with increased velocity. So radius of the circular path will again increase. So the path of the charged particle followed in the cyclotron will be a spiral one. So these are the things you have to write. Yeah, it will be an evacuated chamber. It will be an evacuated chamber. Okay? Why evacuated chamber? Because when this charged particle will come, if they are having very large velocity, you don't want those charged particle to collide with some other charged particle or with some other dust particle or something else. So to have the maximum efficiency, we maintain an evacuate chamber. We maintain a vacuum here. So we actually evacuate this particular D box so that there is a vacuum that has been maintained there. ठीक है? बात समझ में आई क्या? या अंदर में वैक्यूम बना के रखते हैं, सिर्फ चार्ज पार्टिकल अवेलेबल रहेगा. So nothing, because to increase the efficiency, नहीं तो वो कोलाइड करेगा ना दूसरे कुछ मेटालिक पार्ट से, दूसरे कुछ पार्टिकल से which will having some mass and all. So there will be some loss of energy also. Some deflection might occur. ठीक है? So if deflection might occur, the spiral path might not be possible. So थोड़ा randomness आ जाएगा. Yes, Pratish. ठीक है बच्चा? All right. So guys, please write this part on your own. And tomorrow when you'll come, I can ask any one of you to show your notebook in the class. And if you don't show me the notebook, I'll remove you and I'll make sure that you don't attend the class or your parents has to be notified in that case. पक्का कल मैं किसी को भी पूछ सकता हूँ. ठीक है? So please come with the homework tomorrow. Write principle and working of cyclotron. You can use it. You can refer any book also, NCERT book or anything. Otherwise, you can write this in your own word also. No problem. चलिए, विजेता not only electrons. Because why electron? Because electrons are freely available. हमारे पास electrons freely available होते हैं, काम आता है. If you need high energetic electrons, so for that you can use this cyclotron. If you're having some ions also, if you're having some other ions and you need them, and if you want them to, and if you want some more energy that should be given to those ions, you can use them. There's no any problem. ठीक है? So nuclear reactors वगैरह में use होता है चेतन, where you need some high energetic electrons or high energetic neutrons. What? Not neutrons, the charged particles. All right? चलो. So बढ़िया है, ये हो गया काम तमाम इसका. चलिए, तो now let me move on to force experienced by a current carrying wire, placed in uniform magnetic field. Do you think this is boards class going on? इतने doubts तुम लोग पूछते हैं और कहाँ क्या होता है, कैसे होता है. If boards class will be or conducted like this, syllabus कभी खत्म नहीं होगा. Charge particle which exit have maximum velocity. Yes, at the exit the charge particle will have the maximum velocity. It's only for name. ठीक है, देखो. See, now we are going to discuss what will be the force experienced by a current carrying wire if it is placed in uniform magnetic field. So I'm going to give you the general definition here, the general derivation here. Consider there is a current carrying conductor like this. ध्यान से देखना. Consider this is what? The current carrying wire, and this is the direction of current. Now in this current carrying wire, let me assume a chota sa element. Why am I using this chota sa element? Because see, when I'm saying there is a current carrying wire, that means in that current carrying wire, free electrons must be moving, right? So because of movement of free electron, we say current is flowing in that conductor. So if free electrons are moving, they are having charge. So charges are moving in uniform magnetic field. What will happen if you are having charges and if free, those charges will experience magnetic force, correct है ना? So if I consider chota sa element here, dl element, why am I using this dl element? Because if I use what is this value for force on moving charge, we know that this is q into v cross b. So to use this formula, I should know what is the value of q. Now in this conductor, what is the charge that is flowing? I don't know. So for that reason, what I'm going to do, I'm going to assume a small current carrying element, and I'm naming that element as dl. I'm taking the direction of that dl as along the direction of I. Okay? So I'm considering a dl element here. I'm considering a dl element here. Okay, bachalo? I'm naming this as dl. All right. Now tell me what is, and if you can consider area is a here, charge is q here, kuch bhi maan sakte ho. Tell me what is the number of, first of all, tell me what is the number of electrons present in dl element. Tell me guys, what will be the answer? How will you find the number of electrons present in dl element? If I tell you the number of free electrons per unit volume is small n, area of cross section is a, tell me what will be the number of electrons present in this dl element? Are you sure, Pritesh? Number of electrons per unit volume. So what will be the answer? I'll say n into a into dl. Correct hai? So tell me what will be the charge present in dl element. Bolo bachcha log, kitna charge hoga? Number of electron is known to us. What will be the charge? Can I say the charge will be minus e or minus NEA dl? Can I write this? Yeah, don't write multiply 1.6. Just multiply E na. Multiply charge of 1 electron. Can I write this, guys? Do you have any problem with this one? Let me, yeah, negative sign kyun kya bata raha hai? Because negative charge has been used. All right. No, Atharv, please revise that current electricity part. So this is the charge that is present in dl element. Tell me what will be the force that will be experienced by this dl element then. So the force experienced by dl element. Bolo bachcha log, kya likhenge? So I'll write, let me call that as df here. So df will be written as q into v cross b. So what is the value of q here? So q is nothing but minus ne into a into dl into v cross b. What is the velocity of the charged particle? Bolo bachcha log, what is the velocity of the charged particle? What will be the velocity of the charged particle? Which is the charged particle I'm talking about here? I'm talking about the free electrons. Kya re Shreya? The velocity of the charged particle here in current carrying element is nothing but the drift velocity. The charged particle, the free electrons in current carrying conductor moves with drift velocity. We name that as Vd. So kya ho gaya? Vd cross B. Got it, guys? All right. So if I say this as the df value, can I write df is equal to minus NEA into dl into Vd cross B. Tell me what is the direction of drift velocity if I ask you to compare it with the direction of current? What is the direction of drift velocity of free electron if I ask you to compare it with the direction of current? It's along the direction of current or it's opposite to that? It's opposite to that. ठीक है? Drift velocity of positive charges are what? Is along the direction of current. But drift velocity of free electrons is what? Opposite to the direction of current. So can I write this Vd? If I use the direction of this Vd and the direction of dl, what is the direction of dl, bachcha log? This is along the direction of current. इसको किधर माना है मैंने? I have assumed along the direction of current. Now see, if I'll like simplify this, I'll use some kind of arrangement here. If I write minus NE into A, and if I give the direction of VD to DL here, can I write the relation between direction of VD and DL is like this. VD cap is equal to minus DL cap. Minus DL cap. So if I want to use DL as vector quantity, I need to use VD here and then minus DL vector here and cross B. Can I write like this? I can write VD cap is equal to minus DL cap because their directions are what? Opposite to each other. If I want to give DL as the direction, if I want to use DL as the vector quantity, I have to pass on the direction here. If I do that, I know that direction of VD is what? Opposite to this. Direction of VD is what? Opposite to this. So I'll use a negative sign here. Now, can I say this negative and negative will become positive? Tell me what is the value of NEAVD? What is J value? J का क्या होता है? What is current density? NE into VD. And what is this J? J is nothing but I by A. So I by A is NE into VD. So what is the value of I? That is NE into A into VD. So what is the value of DF here? So DF can be written as I into DL cross B. So force experienced by this DL element is I DL cross B. Now, can you understand why did I replace this vector VD with DL? Because every time this VD might not be given to you. And this is what a property, right? Material property. This might not be given to you, but the length will be given to you. So in that case, it will be easier to calculate in terms of DL or L. Okay? So if I ask you what is the net force experienced by the current carrying wire? So net force experienced by current carrying wire. Tell me what will be the answer. It will be F net is equal to integral I DL cross B. So this is the answer. So if somebody asks you what is the net force or what is the force experienced by a current carrying wire kept in a uniform magnetic field, what will be the answer? Integral I DL cross B. Now, as I have told you that magnetic field is uniform, so I can simplify it further. How can I simplify it further? I can write net force can be written as I integral DL cross B. Because if this B is constant, I can take it out of the integral part and I can write it. I can't write B ahead of DL. Since A cross B is not equal to B cross A, so I have to use this particular order here. Now tell me guys, what is integral DL here? Now imagine a condition here. Imagine a condition here. Or let me assume an arbitrary path here. If this is point A, this is point B. Tell me what does this integral DL suggest to you? What is the meaning of integral DL here? No, Pratish. Pratish, it would have been correct if DL would have been taken as a scalar quantity. Very good, Abhishek. No, Pridarshini, galat hai. See, here you have to integrate. Here you have to add a DL vector, not DL length. If you have to length, then the length of the wire. But here you have to integrate DL vector. Matlab you have to add all the DL vectors here. Can I say I need to use polygon rule of addition? If you need to add all these chota sa nanha sa munha sa DL vector, you are going to get this bada sa vector. So addition of all these chotu sa DL vector will be nothing but AB vector. And what is this AB vector? So the length vector, we define this as length vector. So I'll write I L cross B. So I'll write this as L cross B. But this L is not the length of the vector, length of the line or length of the current carrying wire. What is this L? Where L is the length vector from और ऐसा लिख सकता हूं, लेंथ वेक्टर ज्वाइनिंग starting point and end point of current carrying this is the starting point, this is the end point, join them. So in this case AB will be there. If you're having a semicircle, bolo bachcha log, if you're having let's say a semicircle, right, तो जादू हो रहा है यो. If you're having a semicircle like this, if radius of this is capital R, tell me what will be the, if current is flowing in this direction, tell me what will be the integral dl here. What will be the integral here? Integral dl here, 2R. What will be the direction? Towards right. Got it? So this you have to remember this. Okay? So don't just remember the formula I L cross B. You have to remember what is that L also. Okay? Acha, what if there is a straight current carrying wire? In case of straight current carrying wire, straight current carrying wire, yeah, integral dl will be length of the wire, correct? The shortest distance between the starting point and end point. So if you're having a current carrying wire like this, and if magnetic field is into the plane, okay, current is I, the length of this current carrying wire is, let's say, L. This is L. Find out what is the force on this current carrying wire. What will I write? I into L into B. Why? Because angle between DL and B is what? 90 degree here. So I'll write I integral DL cross B. But what is the length L vector? Length is what? Along the direction of current. Current is upward and magnetic field is into the plane. So what is the angle between L and B here? 90 degree. So I into L into B. Tell me what is the direction of force here? Tell me, chalo, what is the direction of force here? Come on guys, tell me the answer. What is the direction of force here? Left, are you sure? How do you find that? Integral DL, or by using the right hand thumb rule. Direct your right hand thumb rule along the direction of DL in such a way that palm should be facing towards magnetic field. So palm is what? Down. So this is the direction of finger and palm should be facing downward. So thumb will give you the direction of force. So direction will be what? Leftward. So I'll say direction of force will be obtained by using right hand thumb rule. Right hand thumb rule. Alright guys, so this is it. This is all about force on a straight current carrying wire or force on a current carrying wire. Okay? If that current carrying wire is kept in a uniform magnetic field. So this formula you have to remember. This part is important to you. So please remember this part. Okay? And in this part, the L vector is important. What is that L vector? Length vector joining starting point and end point of current carrying wire. So this is it. So आज इतना ही रखते हैं guys. So thank you for attending the class. Stay safe, stay healthy, and have a nice day, have a nice evening, have a nice night. जो भी रखना रखो. Enjoy Madi. Take care guys. Bye bye. So let us meet tomorrow, and tomorrow I'll solve some numericals based on these concepts. Bye bye guys.